Has your routine gone out the window the last couple of weeks? Now more than ever, it feels incredibly important to carve out time for ourselves and our mental health. So today I'm going to be sharing with you my easy hack for how I incorporate and encourage those self-care habits into my daily routine by using Trello. My name is Annabelle Needles and I'm a habitual wonder seeker and also the video editor behind Evergreen Productions. I'm here to help fellow memory makers get off their phones and into their lives. So let's get started. As an entrepreneur, or a human, it can be really difficult to put ourselves first. So this led me to reevaluate my habits and build this little hack into my Trello routine. I hope that it helps you as much as it's helped me. What I did was implement something called habit stacking. And that essentially means taking a habit that you already have and connecting it in your brain to a habit that you want to implement. When starting a new habit, if you can trigger that habit with something that you're already doing, that can increase the chance that you're going to keep doing it. So step one is to identify the new habit that you want to have. For me, that was creating a more healthy morning routine. The last couple of weeks, I definitely have been guilty of getting sucked into news first thing in the morning. That can really make my day feel heavier and harder. So I thought, how can I implement some strategies into my morning right at the beginning of the day that will help me get started on a better foot? Step two is to analyze your current habits. Look at what you're already doing without judgment. In my case, I was looking at my phone first thing in the morning, opening social media, I was opening Trello to see what I had going on. And because of that, instead of trying to judge myself for that habit and say, no phone in the morning, we're not doing this, I thought, how can I piggyback off of this and use this as an opportunity? I knew that Trello, which is where I do my to-do list, was one of the first places I looked every morning. So I thought, I wonder if I can just hack this and put my morning routine onto a Trello card so that when I open my task list and it says, what am I supposed to do today? Self-care is the first thing that pops up. If you're not signed up for Trello yet, it's an awesome platform. And I've got a link in the description box below where you can get started with Trello for free. Step number 3 is to add your new self-care habit to Trello. So let's go over to my computer where I will show you how exactly I make sure that my self-care routine is the first thing that pops up on my to-do list every day. I have a Trello board called My Week, and this is where I organize all of my upcoming to-dos. I also have a list of weekly task templates. So these are recurring tasks that I do every week or every month, and they help me to kind of stay organized and remember that these things are on my plate. On this board, I've created a card called Best Morning Ever. I personalized this list based on the book The Miracle Morning by Hal Elrod, which I will link in the description below. But basically, I just listed a few of the things that make me feel really good in the morning. Journaling, meditation, gratitude, etc. I don't necessarily do all 8 of these things every morning, but when I put this list of things that uplift and energize me front and center, I'm more likely to do at least some of them than when I don't have this template on my to-do list. So each Friday at the end of the work week, when I'm getting set up for the next week, I will take this card and use this power-up that I created called Miracle Morning. And when I click this power-up, it basically adds that card to every day of the week. So now I have a card on Monday, I have a card on Tuesday, have a card on Thursday, and it pops up right at the top of my to-do list. So I hide the days of the week as I finish each workday, which means that when I open the app on Thursday, this is the first thing I'm going to see. I'm going to see Best Morning Ever. I'm going to see whatever to-do lists I have, and this is going to remind me to put myself first, put those self-care habits first. How I created that power-up was using a tool called Butler, and you can create rules, and this will have things happen automatically. So for my Miracle Morning power-up, copy the card to the top of the list Monday, copy the card to the top of the list Tuesday, copy the card to the top of the list Wednesday. But this power-up is going to copy that card onto every single day. And you can see here, I can add copy the card. I can add with comments or without comments to the top of the list or to the bottom of the list. And then I just choose which list I want to add the task to. And we're going to add that rule. and then it shows up here. Pretty simple. That's basically how I get my self-care task to duplicate itself on my to-do list. Since implementing this system with Trello, I've become a lot more consistent with my morning routine. Because I'm looking at my self-care tasks all day, it reminds me, even if I didn't get to it in the morning, I need to make time for some of these things during my day. Do you have any healthy habit hacks that have worked really well for you? Leave me a comment below and let me know what those are. Step number 4, this is kind of a bonus, is to create a folder on your phone. So a few of these tasks like meditation or gratitude can be done from my phone really easily. Some of these things can even be done before I roll out of bed. And so I made this step even easier for myself by just creating a folder on my phone that I call Morning Magic, and I put in that folder all the apps that I use in the mornings for those healthy habits, so that when I open my phone first thing in the morning, that folder is the first thing that I see. I put it front and center on my phone. Yes, it would be great if I could start my day without touching my phone. It would be great if I didn't need the reminder to take care of myself and I just did it automatically. But I also recognize that I could either beat myself up for not being perfect or meet myself where I was at. And it just so happens that Trello is where I was at. Another way that I integrate self-care into my everyday life is by cultivating a traveler's mindset. So watch the video that's on your screen right now to see my top 8 tips for cultivating a traveler's mindset, even when you're stuck at home. And don't forget to subscribe to this channel so you can see new videos on wonder seeking and memory making every week. See you in the next video.